What's up, guys? So I gotta give a backstory on the clip that you're about to see that I'm gonna kind of start this vlog off with. Our neighborhood has kind of narrow roads. Two cars can drive, like one coming each way or whatever. It's a little bit narrow, you gotta kind of be careful, but when there's like a garbage truck or the mail truck or anything like that, like it's really annoying because you gotta like almost drive into somebody's yard around them. Sorry. When you guys see me do that, I got a text. I'm sitting there reading it. So I pulled down our road, coming home from work on this Friday. Today, it's not Friday today, but I'm gonna pretend like it is just to go along with today's clips. So I get off work. I have a really long road trip planned that I'm trying to like leave ASAP to get to or whatever. So I get down our road and I basically just got to come home, grab the speaker, use the bathroom, let the dogs out, and then leave. Pull down our road. There's a UPS truck stop like at like the first house. So I'm like, okay, he's parked like in just literally in. I was frustrated. I won't lie. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, it was no big deal. I was frustrated. I'm like, really, dude is parked literally in the middle of the road, and I didn't start recording at this because I was like, whatever. There's no cars coming. He's out there running a package to the porch, and he's coming right back. So he like looks at me like as he's slowly walking back to the truck, and then gets in the truck, and he kind of like he starts to drive and then goes back like towards his side, and then like goes I think maybe 2 houses down, and then he literally goes like this, like he veers the wheel off like and aims the front of the truck out to where I wouldn't be able to get through again, and then gets out of the truck, kind of looks at me with a smirk, and I'm like, this guy's got to be fucking joking, right? Like, I was heated at this point. I'm like, dude, I got shit to do. Like, I'm not asking this guy, it's not asking too much for him to stop on the side of the road like he should. He's literally blocking, like, just blocking the road. You can't get through. So, I was heated, but, so here's those clips, and then the vlog starts right after that. I mean, for real. Like, you are a fucking jackass. Christ. Traffic. What's up, guys? Hopefully it's not too bouncy. It looks super bouncy right now, but it is Friday at like 3 o'clock, and I'm on my way to Indiana. Yeah, I couldn't remember. So in the Slingshot, behind both seats, there's like a storage compartment area for, just whatever. I guess you would consider it like the trunk. Obviously for us people who do audio in there, that's like a prime spot for subwoofers. Most people do one on each side. I'm just doing one, that way I can still have some sort of storage area, just for backpack, a duffel bag, whatever. Otherwise I would definitely do two. So there's a few Slingshot, there's a handful of websites that sell Slingshot specific stuff. Some of it's like just generic stuff that they basically rebrand to say that it fits the Slingshot, even though it's the same thing as the, you would get for a car or something like that, like LED lights and strips and stuff like that. And then you have certain things that are specific, Slingshot specific, like these enclosures that I'm talking about. They're designed like you take the storage door thing off and it basically just kind of slides in place and screws in. That way you don't have to do like any like major modifications or anything like that you know, what you can't really undo, like if you ever decided to change it, which is cool. But these enclosures, like a cheap one is, I mean, we're talking, I think $400 is like the cheapest one, and it's pretty crappy plastic, which plastic for a subwoofer enclosure is terrible. It's gonna flex, it's gonna rattle and stuff. So obviously you don't want one of those. I mean, people like them, but for me personally, like that's no. And then the ones that people really like, a little bit bigger enclosure, it looks a little bit nicer. I believe they're made out of like fiberglass, so a little bit more rigid and stronger. Those are like $500. That's insane. For a small little subwoofer enclosure, like we're talking this big, that's outrageous. And they do it because there's not many options elsewhere. And when I say not many, I mean you have like 3 choices total, and they are all outrageously priced. So you got to think, like, if you do like the enclosure and a subwoofer and an amp, you're paying like damn close to $800-900 for a decent setup just for one subwoofer and amp in your Slingshot. Whereas $900 in a car, with the room of a car, you could have a serious system and you're gonna hear a block away if that's what you're going for. But anyways, that's all kind of relevant but irrelevant. Just to give you as like a price point of what those usually are. So normally about, we'll say, $450 on average. This guy down in Indiana, he makes them out of he uses wood and fiberglass, I believe. He builds it out of wood and then fiberglasses over it just to give it like a really nice kind of finish and overall look, I guess, or whatever. $175, and the enclosure is bigger than the pre-made ones or whatever that you can buy, so you're gonna get a little bit better audio out of that. The one I'm getting, he makes them for 12s. All the other ones are, all the ones you can buy are for 8s and 10-inch subs, which again can be good, but you're limited, and a lot of times buying like a specialty sub, one that can handle the low airspace and that's at smaller size and stuff like that, so kind of narrows you down in your options a little bit, I guess is where I'm going with that. So this guy has got it for 12, which is what I already had in the Slingshot, which is cool. So I don't even have to buy another subwoofer. So the way I had it, those doors that like lock and unlock, they're just plastic and they're about this thick and they flex and they bend. And what I did, and what a lot of people do, is they just cut a hole in that, drop the subwoofer in it, add like some foam around the edge so it kind of seals up better, and that's it. And it worked. It definitely added some bass because, in an open vehicle like that, sound quality is really hard, so you got to kind of do a little bit extra to get, the same results you'd get in a car, which you can get a lot easier. So, like I said, it's done the job for now, but I found this guy that sells these, and a lot of people on the Slingshot page recommended them, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. And he's like, only thing is, I don't ship them because, it's just, he didn't give me a price, but he just said it's outrageous to ship, and I was like, I can only imagine. Probably, I would assume like over $100 to ship it. I mean, what I've been quoted to ship certain things before has been damn close to $100, and it was nowhere near that size, so I can only imagine it's probably outrageous. And honestly, with this little car I got, it's probably a $25 trip worth of gas. So the original plan was, he said, bring the speaker with me, so that way you can make sure everything, because some of them are odd size. Even though it's a 12-inch subwoofer, the actual cutout hole varies. Like there's a general one you can go by, but some you get those oddball ones that it wouldn't fit, or it'd be too big or too small. So he's like, bring it with you. We can, make sure it fits, and then he's gonna wrap it real quick. I guess he puts some sort of like a finish on the outside of the box. I don't know if it's leather, or if it's like a vinyl wrap or whatever. So he said, bring it with me, and I was like, all right, cool, yeah, I will. Took it out of Slingshot last night, had it sitting right by the steps, and I brought my drone because I was like, you know, I'll probably get there before he's home. It's another side story here. Probably get there before he's home, so I'll fly the drone a little bit, you know, while I wait, because I don't know what's down there, you know, if I see something cool or whatever. So this morning, I grabbed the drone, I grabbed my iPad, make sure I have my phone charger with me and stuff like that, grabbed the money, looked at the speaker, put my shoes on, walked out the door. So I get to work and I message him, I'm like, all right, you know, we still up for today? I'm like, he's like, yeah, you know, I should be home around 6. He's like, I might be able to get out and be there by about 5:30, but that would be like the best case scenario. And of course, at work, we ran way better than normal, so we got out earlier than we've been getting out all week. If we would have got out at about 3 o'clock, I would have been there, like, I could have just shot straight down, but fortunately/unfortunately we didn't. So I had like an hour and a half to spare. I'm like, if I leave now, I'm gonna get there at like, I think we got off at like 1:30. I'm like, if I leave now, I'm gonna get there at like 4:30 and have almost an hour and a half to spare. That's a long time if I'm just sitting in my car, you know, in a strange area that I've never been. You know, I don't know if this is like in the middle of nowhere, if it's in like a big town or something. So I'm like, God damn it. And then I realized I left the speaker at home anyways. I'm like, I don't want to go home because I actually have to literally drive right past work to get here. So driving home was literally driving the complete opposite direction. I have to drive right past my work to come back, which is roughly a half-hour drive. So I've been on the road for, you know, coming up on an hour now, just drive home and come back this way. But grab the speaker, use the bathroom, let the dogs out, you know, got a snack, so it is what it is. But yeah, I've already been talking for a million minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a time lapse. Actually, I might just put this audio over the time lapse, so maybe I'll keep talking. All right, you guys, it is like a couple hours later. I don't even remember what time it was when I started recording. It's 6 o'clock now, though. It actually went pretty quick. Like, don't get me wrong, my ass is sore and I'm super tired of sitting in this seat, but overall it was a pretty straight shot. But that road I was just on, that was sketchy, man. It was like barely wide enough for 2 cars, and speed limit's 55, but yet there's houses like 10 foot off the road and cars stopped and stuff. But yeah, so I am 1.4 miles from wherever this guy lives, and it's out in BFE. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous now. Thank God a bunch of people vouch for this guy. Otherwise, I'd be like, oh man, I don't know. I'd be like, all right, I'm here. I'm not getting out of my car. Come set it down by me, and I'll set the money down, and then you walk away, and then come get the money. Yeah, it's kind of nice driving this way, though. Like, the sun has been in my face the whole drive until now. And, yeah, luckily I got my sunglasses. So right here, I realized my phone actually wasn't showing me where I was at on the GPS. So I turned around, passed the house again right here, and then had to turn around again. And then finally found it right here. Just to put it in perspective of where I'm at right now. I am in the literal middle of nowhere. Literal nowhere, Indiana. That's what this place should be called. Kind of like this road, though. This road's cool. Oh, hey, look, there's a sign for it. And another one. Okay, go around them. Oh, this one's got lights. This one's fancy. Wow, that thing had like a whole, like, dash cluster on it. Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose? Wow, here's another one. Wow, this is really common around here. So yeah, I am stopping at McDonald's. I hate going here anymore. I don't want to say it's rare that I get it, but last time I had it was, it was, I think a week ago when I went to that last Slingshot thing because I was starving. I was the first one there. I was like, oh, I'm gonna grab some food. But wow, this one is really old. They still got like an old school menu, the old like red ordering screen.
Welcome to McDonald's. You can order whenever you're ready.
Alrighty, give me 1 second.
Take your time.
Let's see. Thank you. You too. As usual, go through McDonald's and they mess up the order. This wasn't bad though. They just forgot the sauce. I'll give them that. But damn, I wasn't gonna check either. I was like, no, it all looks like it's in there. It wasn't. Disgusting. I know the road is really loud, but I hope you guys can hear or see the bugs that I'm running into. Literally sounds like heavy raindrops. I don't know how good the camera's gonna pick it up, but of course it's gonna slow down now. I rinsed my car off on my way here, and there is, you hear this? All those like knocking or thud sounds are literally bugs. My windshield looks so nasty. I can't even imagine what the front of the car looks like, my god. And I'll see people in like Florida and stuff say like, oh my god, this is so nasty, look, the front of my car is covered in bugs, and there'll be like 20 little mosquitoes on the front. I'm like, oh boy, come to Michigan. Okay, so I am finally home. Let me just kind of show you what it was. Don't mind this. This is just a prototype thing. But so we got these behind both seats. It's just storage area. There's normally a door on it, and the door locks. You know, it slides open like this or whatever. Oops. But I cut mine out for a speaker, you know, for a subwoofer. And you know, I've got my little amp in there, and it did the job. Like, it added some bass, but it wasn't great. It sounded like crap. You know, that there's all kinds of crevices and openings for the air to escape, so it wasn't a good box at all. So what I went and got last night was these custom made boxes, and it's wood, and it's fiberglassed over on the inside and outside, so it's an actual enclosure, and this whole thing goes into here and just kind of screws in, and you know, so it's like an actual box, which is going to be a night and day difference. I gotta move the amp because that definitely won't fit there. I think I'm just gonna put it down here because it'll fit in this area just fine. He actually said I can put it on the back, but I don't know, I think it'd just be easier to be down here anyways. So now I'm gonna do that.